Some breaking news in the NFL this week. The New York Jets have agreed to trade safety Jamal Adams to the Seattle Seahawks. In exchange, the Seahawks will send a 2021 first and a 2022 first, along with a 2021 third-round pick and safety Bradley McDougald. In the meantime, the Jets will send safety Jamal Adams and a fourth-round pick. Adams has vocally displayed his displeasure for the Jets organization, particularly head coach Adam Gase and general manager Joe Douglas. Adams is expected to be the highest paid safety in the NFL once he gets to Seattle and signs his contract. For more on this, we welcome you guys to Sports Speaks on YouTube, where we keep it real. Sravan here alongside me, my two co-founders, RJ Strahan repping the ATL and Eric Spagnoli coming to you from Burlington, Massachusetts. Zach and Tyler are absent tonight, but as always, we request that you hit that subscribe button down below. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Look us up. You'll find us with The Shield and Sports Speaks Keep It Real. Gentlemen, good evening.
What's up?
All right, let's get down to business. As we know, this deal has been imminent for quite a while, considering Adams wanting out. 7 teams on the list that he previously wanted to go to, including the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys have said that they don't want anything to do at this point. Members across the national media have said Adams' head case issue rivals one of a certain wide receiver, but we'll get to that later. RJ, I'm going to get to you very quickly here on this one. This is a big deal in the NFL right now. Why do you think this trade happened?
It's what Jamal Adams wanted, and he wanted to get in New York, and he got what he wanted. And nobody wants to play in New York, especially the Jets, Knicks, ask Stephen A. But I think this is a great trade, and it's a great deal for Jamal Adams. It helps the Seahawks defense, but it doesn't make them elite like the Legion of Boom, and they probably won't get back to that for a long time. A lot of people are saying that it's going to be a terrifying defense. I don't see it because their pass rush is the problem, but that secondary is definitely dangerous.
Eric, go ahead.
Well, Jamal Adams is a great player, and the Seattle Seahawks are a great team, but I don't think Jamal Adams makes a huge difference on this defense. As it relates to the team's success. Like, before the Seahawks got Adams, I would put them at least 12-4 and at best 13-3. They're definitely a Super Bowl contender. I don't think anything changes with Jamal Adams. Like, they were a Super Bowl contender before, they'll be a Super Bowl contender with them. He's a great player, but I don't think in the grand scheme of things it'll make that much of a difference. And also we have to remember that safeties often guard tight ends, and he's going to be facing off against George Kittle twice this season. And mark my words now, I think George Kittle is going to absolutely torch Jamal Adams. Like I said before, he's a great player, but I don't think he's going to make that much of a difference. And I think once he faces like a real tight end in George Kittle, he's going to be absolutely lost. So, and also what I don't like is that he talked so much trash against the Jets organization. And granted, it may be deserved on the Jets' part, but when his contract's up with Seattle, and say Seattle doesn't want him anymore after his contract's up, do you think any team is going to want to sign him after the amount of disrespect he showed his organization in the past? I don't think so. So I don't think the amount of trash he talked when he left the Jets is going to serve him in the long run. But we'll see. All I'm saying is that the Seahawks were a contender before. They'll be a contender with Adams. I don't think he's that much of a difference maker.
Yeah, I agree.
Certainly want to get my thoughts on this. I think that when you look at the perspective of the Seattle Seahawks, you look at exactly just how important it is when you have a good secondary. And in the case of Jamal Adams, this is important for every single NFL player to realize. If you give up 2 first-rounders and a third-rounder, you better be willing to put the money aside. And in the case of Jamal Adams, I just think ultimately it's going to come down to whether or not they want to pay, because they still have to get him on his rookie deal one more year before they sign him to a long-term deal. And at the end of the day, a secondary is only as good as it can get. You need to have front linemen. You certainly need to have substance on the front line. Doesn't matter how much sizzle you got. It's about substance. It's been proven during their Super Bowl run and their loss to a certain team that Eric is repping right now in his home in Burlington. But that's another subject for another day. We'll see what happens. The Jets are planning to use the money somewhere else, and it will be interesting to see how Joe Douglas is able to manage the salary cap, particularly with the 2 first-rounders and the 3rd-rounders that he has with him.